So at 7 a.m. we were just contacted about an adrift dinghy out there. So we're gonna run out there. We already have an exact position. We're just gonna get on scene, get the boat in tow, bring it back to safe harbor. Probably gonna contact the Coast Guard in between just to make sure it's not a missing person or anything like that. But my gut tells me it's just a dinghy, a tender that broke loose. So we're gonna bring it back to our dock and just hold it for safekeeping so the boat doesn't get damaged any further. Here's where we are. There's a position out there. I got another 3 nautical miles to go. We're about a mile offshore now. So looking at this tow line, I can pretty much tell you exactly what happened. This line is kind of weathered to begin with, and it parted probably because that engine is up. And while they're towing it, what's happened is it's probably zigzagging back and forth. The weather was a little choppy. And when it did that, it snatched on the line every time it came tight, and eventually it just broke it. But also, in addition to the line parting, look at this trailer eye. If that didn't break, that was gonna break. Now this is a piece of Dyneema, that's a good tow line, but Dyneema doesn't have any stretch. So you want some kind of a stretchable line in there. Now when you're towing this, another thing you can do if you can't get the engine down and create that rudder effect is actually drag a piece of heavy tow line behind the boat, tie it off to one of the eyes in the back, and that's gonna create that drag that's gonna keep the boat tracking straight when you're towing it. Now I obviously can't tow from this, so we're just gonna probably pull from this pop-up cleat here. I'm just gonna use a little piece of 3/8. Oh, the line just came off there. So just to help it track better on the way home, I'm just gonna add this to the stern, tie it up tight. Actually, the boat has a flying fish in it. Got bait anyways. So all I'm doing here is just tying a bowline. And that's just gonna drag behind the boat.
WS, this is Coast Guard Sector Miami. Request to know if there's any contact information on that tender. Over.
Gray and white, about 10 foot, 60 horse Yamaha on it. All right, you ready for the HIN number? All right, we're gonna send them a text with all this stuff on here.
Double, this is Coast Guard Sector Miami. Thank you for the assistance. We were able to correlate this with a previous report, and we're working on getting it salvaged. Over.
Okay, I'm gonna take the boat into St. Lucie Inlet. It'll be at Sailfish Marina.
Double, this is Coast Guard Sector Miami. Good copy, and nothing further. Coast Guard standby on channel 16. Out.
Now when you do offshore tows, what you want to do is set it way back there. I'm going to leave it just a little bit closer for video purposes, but I'd probably double this if I was actually towing this offshore myself. You can already tell it's tracking a million times better. I'm making pretty good time. All that is 2 dock lines, 25-foot dock lines. So this is a common misconception with boats. Just because it's out there drifting, you can't just go out there and take it. You really do have to go through all available means to try to get a hold of the owner and try to get it back to them. Yes, we can charge some time for recovery or salvage or whatever the case may be, but the boat is still theirs until you've exhausted all the means of trying to get a hold of them.